What's up, Stitt-Heads? That's the sound of freedom, if we still have any of it left coming pretty soon. And what is coming pretty soon is a giant, big old technocratic boner right between our butt cheeks, guys. All right, well, we're going to get into today with one of my favorite people to chat with, so I know we can riff on it and get everybody going. But Nate Chavoya from Reality Czars, and we're going to get into technocrats, AI, data centers, freaking flock camera systems, and all the above, our erasure of freedoms. So, welcome back to the show, brother. It's been a minute.
What's up, my boy? How's it going, brother?
Yeah, dude. Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, buddy. I've been great. Life has been fucking fantastic. I have not been recording much, and it's been I don't know, dude. I'm having the time of my life. I'm really enjoying my summer instead of stressing about bullshit.
Mhm.
I got a nice new job that I've got a nice work-life balance. I'm eating better. I'm going to the gym. I feel like a brand new man, dude.
I like it.
Yeah, life's been nice. I got more grays than I know what to do with. I'm getting old, but like it's nice, man. I'm getting to enjoy my little one child. We're about to pop out a couple more, so that's
What? Like a couple, like twins?
well, I mean that's the plan. I'm gonna
I
knock her
got
up
you meant
next
like a
week.
couple together
Yeah.
right now. I was like, what? No way. Damn, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, life is great. So anybody listening to this, dude, I mean, just for any of the fucking burnout podcasters like I was, live outside of the fucking podcast. Go touch grass. And then come back and have some fucking fun on the mic and stuff. But goddamn, dude, I was getting way too involved. And
Yeah.
there was too many, like, I love my audience and I love you guys, but like too many of you guys had my personal phone number and were like hitting me up all the time. And I was just like,
Yeah.
dude, I need some balance here.
Little
I was way too
separation.
approachable, dude. I used to like give out my email all the time and be like, email me if you're within an hour of Portland. I'll go have a beer with you. I with more than a couple dozen people at this point. I went and got beers, hung out, and it's fun, dude. But it's like I didn't have a good I didn't have any
Uh,
boundaries. I was just like,
Boundaries.
fuck it.
Yeah.
If somebody turns me into a lampshade, they turn me into a lampshade. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. We heard about those skim lampshades. Don't ask Ben Shapiro. But no, dude, that actually kind of leads me into something funny. Is it kind of goes with this? Is like we get into this world. You're obviously bigger in the podcast world than I am, but you still get like bombarded with messages, and it's not a complaint, but it's hard to keep up with everybody too, even if it's just your
Doug, I get the
messengers or
most
everything else.
psychotic
Or
ones. Like,
yeah,
so
but
whoever I like, sorry, dude, if you really are the Archangel Michael, but I heard from him last week, and he's no, I really am. I'm Archangel Michael, and this, and this, and this, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, uh, right on, dude. I don't want to talk to you. You sound out of your goddamn fucking mind. Um, Dude, nonstop. I'll get the craziest fucking emails from people, or or just dumb shit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I love you
yeah.
guys, and if you are Archangel Michael, what's up, dog? Appear to me in my room somehow. Don't actually, please, for the love of God, don't. Uh,
Right. No disrespect. No, dude, it is funny though. That's what I was getting at is like with the technology and everything, we do get in this podcast world of like talking to everybody and open-minded with, people that want to be open-minded with us. And then we get almost bombarded with the technology. And then that's just like minute compared to what a lot of people are just kind of allowing right now by getting bombarded with technology, and they're too busy worrying about like a billion other things because that's manufactured chaos on purpose. But we're,
yeah,
we're
they
not
love to
focusing
keep
on
you
like,
busy, dude.
dude, we're supposed to be able to use our votes to and our voices to go to town hall meetings and things like that. And people are going and showing up in droves to these town hall meetings for data centers. They're getting arrested. They're peacefully showing up. Most of them are. Their voices aren't being heard and they're being made anyways. So it's like just our government doesn't run shit anymore. It's like these technocrat billionaire dickheads.
Well, I think that's always been the case. And I just think that the veil is being lifted. Um, because if you really look back at it, dude, I don't think we've had an actual president, and smarter people than me have made this case. We haven't really had a president since JFK.
Yeah, I've heard that
That he was
argument.
the last one, and he was taken out by the This is an audio medium, but I'm doing the grabbler right now because um so I mean he was taken out just like Charlie Kirk was, just like many other people, just like Michael Jackson probably
Michael
was as
Jackson,
well.
yeah.
So I think that it's just painfully obvious that there is a cabal that has been and is in charge. And I mean, you can just take like I mean, this is not. I don't know if it's like exactly. I think it's pretty well attributed, at least, if not like an actual fucking quote. It was just from one of the Rockefellers because they were like, because one of the Rockefellers actually tried to be president once.
Oh, interesting.
Or sorry, it's one of the Rockefellers, but I think it was the
John
Rothschilds
D.
that were. Anyways, the Rothschilds. There's a quote attributed to one of the Rothschilds, and I think it's pretty damn fucking obvious. They're like, don't you want to take charge? Do you want to be in power? He goes, no, is because give me control over the money, and then I control the country. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
So
That might
there's
have been
that
John
quote,
D
and it's
because John D. Rockefeller said, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers.
one hundred
And
percent.
yeah, it's that same kind of mentality.
Yeah, I mean that's just, and we'll get back to flock cameras, but I mean that's just the Prussian model schooling that we implemented here through the Rockefellers. They're the ones that funded all the schools because they wanted obedient slaves, and so they wanted to teach people to be obedient. To like when you hear the bell ring, you're like, "Ba-da-ring. All right, it's time to go to my next class. Oh, do I need to go potty? I am going to raise my hand and I'm going to ask permission. May I use the restroom? This weird authority where, and it was
Yeah.
more separation too. Like they were actually very specific the way that they broke up the age groups as well, because back in the old schoolhouses had everybody.
Hmm.
You had like 2 year olds to fucking like 12 year olds, and they all kind of like grouped together. They all worked together. It was actually it was
Like
kind of a nice thing, but they
siblings.
want to separate you and break you up in any way they can.
Well, what's funny is, you got me think. I was listening to, Tripoli's newest episode came out today, and Ryder Lee was on there. And Ryder Lee's great, man.
Shout out
And
Ryder.
fuck
Love
yeah, man.
Ryder.
I want to get him back on. And he was talking about the gate program and stuff like that. And it's interesting that like I was listening to that, thinking about like the idea of mind control and gate programs and whatever. And kindergarten itself, when you break it down, that's like a German thing. So like Kinder, like kid, and then garden, like growing. And you're like, that's kind of weird because kindergarten didn't exist before, and they realized they needed to get the kids away earlier to make them more like malleable or whatever. So
Dude,
it's
and
weird.
they've
It's like
also talked
kid
about it
garden. You're
now
like,
that
what the hell?
they want to make preschool a human right or whatever the fuck that means, where they
Yeah.
want to get you in early as they can. They want to get you in at 3 years old.
So they can chop your
The
dick off at
state,
5 and you don't even want to be around your mommy no more.
the
Exactly.
state wants to be the adult authority in your child's life that they listen to. They don't want to have mommy and daddy as the actual authority. They want you to question mom and dad. And that's exactly why they do things like, I don't think, honestly, like, okay, so maybe is there probably some, yes, there's definitely some like population control with this whole like trying to divide the sexes and turn them all into trannies and do all kinds of bizarre things. So I'm sure. But also, like, I think a big part of this is to undermine the parent. This is so
Mm-hmm.
much more where they're like, hey, it can be our little secret. You can be Tina when you're here. You can be safe and be heard. And guess what? We'll buy you a skirt and we'll get you lipstick. And you just come to the bathroom and get changed. And then you're Tina. The social transition that they will do for the kids that to undermine the parents. And they'll be like, all right, we'll let you out 10 minutes early. So go take off that makeup so daddy doesn't beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. Well, which is interesting too, because like, when I grew up, like we're similar in age. And, so when I grew up as like a kid in the 90s and stuff like that, right? Going to school, you kind of recognize like most teachers kind of suck for the most part, but most teachers that sucked actually just genuinely kind of didn't really give a shit. That's why they sucked. And then you'd have that like maybe you'd have 50 teachers or 40 teachers or whatever in your whole timeline of kindergarten to 12th grade, and there's 4 of them you can think of that were like those were the few cool ones, man. And
The one that we're
nowadays
actually like passionate
nowadays
about
they're
a
all hot.
subject.
Well, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But nowadays they're all like hot teacher bangs another kid, hot teacher bangs another kid. And it's
Dude,
like
I would
these
have
aren't even the
taken that.
teachers that we
Oh
went to
my
school
God.
with.
I get
I
so
didn't get
upset
those
sometimes when
teachers.
I see them because they're like actual tens, and
Yeah.
I'm
And you're like, man, this is fucked up. Because
yeah, where was my hot molester teacher?
yeah, it's like the old It's Always Sunny episode where they think Charlie got molested by the gym teacher, and then Mac's like, "Look at this picture of me. Was I not a beautiful little child?" And they're like, "Mac, are you mad that you didn't get molested? I mean, well, why not?" But no, I'm getting at like even the teachers are different now. So the teachers are like they're either going to rape your kids or tell your kids to,
Yeah.
invert themselves or whatever. And
Like as much as I'm joking about that, I don't want teachers touching kids. I don't care how hot
no,
the lady is. So everybody listening right now, I'm not actually endorsing that. I'm just being a retrograde pervert. So
yeah, we're just dick joke perverts. But yeah, exactly. We're like, damn it, those little bastards. But no, anyways, yeah, this whole thing is like everything is crashing in all at once right now. Like we're recognizing whatever system, whether it's schooling, whether it's police state, whether it's all this shit, it's like imploding right now. And we're like watching the fall of Rome or whatever euphemism you want to use for it. But now it's like, hey, by the way, we're going to watch you everywhere. We got cameras that aren't even really government regulated. You've got, I mean, it's just, now Flock even has, what do you call them? The drones that fly around that are surveilling shit. You got the Google trucks that drive around and they can fucking surveil everything like a 3D projection. It's like, where did our sovereignty and privacy go?
It's one of those funny things, dude, because where this really started, well, where I think it really started was like in Britain, dude, like a couple decades ago. Britain was like London in particular, was one of the most surveilled fucking cities on the planet.
Like
They had
90s?
cameras everywhere. But you know what I've always thought was kind of funny is that it never stopped any fucking crime.
Hmm.
So what the fuck do they need those for? It's really like this weird like Inquisition sort of thing where they're recording what they want to hear, but like where there's like a young boy that gets stabbed by a fucking raghead.
Right.
The cops had no idea about it. You know what I mean? They like there's no real time like it's not for your security. Don't let those motherfuckers try to use that excuse because they do and will. They're like, yeah, but it's going to make a safer community. Is it?
It
Because all I
hasn't.
hear
Yeah.
about is like fucking gang rapes and horrible things that happen in London. Like London is basically Islamabad at this point. Um,
Yes.
and what are all those fucking cameras doing for you? Oh, did you say raghead, mate?
Yeah.
Well, after he's done raping you, we're going to put you in prison.
And that's the funny thing is like with this idea, it's
Oh, no,
almost
no,
like
no. Let him knock
sadistic.
first. Let him knock first.
Yeah, exactly. It's sadistic, is what I was going to say. Because then if you're like, okay, then there's somebody on the other end of this camera somewhere, or it's in some data bank somewhere, it's going to get flagged if some particular word or whatever is, oh, red alert. My point is somebody's watching this video, so are they just like jerking it in the corner like to some torture porn basically at this point because they're not stopping the crime like you said. It's like, hey, we're going to get rid of guns and then violence tripled, so now we got to get rid of knives. And they're like UK, and they're like, well, wait a minute, how the fuck does that make any sense? Because when you took the last thing away, things got worse. So if we take the next thing away, are they not going to go worse
Dude,
too?
I think you have to be 21 years old to buy a butter knife in
Mm-hmm.
England.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they're cooked, dude. They are
Can
cooked.
you guys look at yourself in the mirror and like really take a nice hard look? I mean, I get it that like they have like since World War II, they've really tried to paint the picture that white people are bad. It's kind of bad to be white. You guys have too much privilege. You guys really need to let all these people in to kind of alleviate some sort of guilt that you had nothing to fucking do with that.
Hey, remember what happened
But
last time with nationalism?
that's
Yeah,
exactly what
exactly.
it so you better not think in your own self-interest.
Yeah.
You better not care about your family more than some fucking family in goddamn Timbuktu.
Oh, you're
We
Dutch? That's racist.
Yeah, you fucking racist. Racist is like considered the worst fucking like at this point, I'm a grown up. I've got a nice job. I've got a nice family. I have to take care of them. At one point, I was psychotic enough where I'd be like, I'd write it on my forehead because I don't want those words to like control us. You know what I mean? Because I'm
Right.
a constant contrarian. I'm a jackass. I always was. I'm watching actually. I'm sharing too much information, but I don't really care.
That's fine.
My youngest right now, he's in vacation Bible school right now. I laugh my ass off because he is me. He's a little me. There's like this stupid song that's like about Noah, and every time God
Nice.
asks you to do something, you say yes. And he's up there like, no. He's just like getting it. And I just think it's funny. Like the same thing happened to me in vacation Bible school. They gave me like a picture to draw of Jesus, and I fucking put horns on him and and
Yeah.
made him, gave him a tail and
Well,
shit.
because as a
We're
kid, they're
fucking
taking away.
furries, dude.
Yes, they're trying to make you like an absolutist almost, and they're trying to take away
Your
your
autonomy and your mind,
imagination,
and yeah,
your
they're
yeah your
telling you that.
child spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's funny, man. It's awesome. Like my daughter does the same thing. She questions things, and then sometimes too much. And I'm like, Sophie, calm down. That doesn't even make any sense. But I'm glad you're questioning shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wisdom needs to balance it out,
Right.
but I do appreciate the wild, free spirit.
And the funny thing is like the people. This is where I think a lot of this shit's like combining right now because the people since COVID have basically been questioning things. The normies that woke up, like you and me, you were probably deeper in some of the stuff, but since I was 6 years old and had my first library card, I'm getting Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot and Bermuda Triangle and UFO books and Area 51. I'm like, even if that's just like, the basic level of conspiracy stuff, I'm wanting to check that out at 6 years old imagination. Now people that were normies are waking up post COVID, even during COVID, because they had nothing better to do than jerk off or fucking get fat and addicted to drugs or maybe dive into what's going on in the world. People started waking up and they're like, wait a minute, we need to crack down a little more. So now, it's like the Kurt Metzger says it best. You've never jacked off in a room by yourself anymore since fucking 9/11 because there's some CIA guy watching you hold your dick right now. But
It's true, dude.
that
Yeah.
was the Patriot Act, 1.0. We're in like 2.0 on fucking steroids now.
Yeah, buddy. And I guess that's just more what I can stress is that it is not for your benefit. And so we're kind of at a cusp right now where they've been collecting mass data, like more so than you can even imagine, dude. They've been tracking like metadata, and like every single fucking time I've said nigger on the internet, it's been, tracked and traced. And every time I said kill a
That's two
cop, wink,
episodes in a
wink, wink in
row.
Minecraft, any wild shit I've ever said. Um, it all just gets collected in these giant fucking things, and they are now almost at the cusp at this point of having giant AI data center. This is really what I think that it is
That's
for,
where the
is
data
because
centers
what
come from. Yes.
right here, because they need to be able to process that data, because there's no way that they could ever fucking do anything with that data. A computer can. A computer
Mm-hmm.
can, if it's big enough, if it's strong enough, if they have enough energy, if they have enough water, all the things that they're going to need. And I think that's really what this is about. Because right now, at this point, let's say they decided to cancel you, Derek. They could get one individual, they could take everything that you ever said, and they can like funnel it down, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
could attack one person. But I think they want something bigger. You know what I
They
mean?
do.
They want something bigger where they can all fucking throw. Like, they have their right to throw us in the FEMA camp that we've always been talking
Yeah.
about.
They're done with the individual almost at this point. They're going for the masses. It kind of seems like because like I said, post 9/11, right? And you would have some brown skin unfortunate kid that's pissed off because his country or whatever is getting bombed unilaterally or whatever by one fucking country or another with American tax dollars and bombs and stuff. And then he's posting things online, and then some NSA guy or CIA guy messages him saying, "Hey, I am Ahmed so and so. I can set the bomb at this location for you. And as long as you push this button, there's no fucking bomb, but as long as he pushes the button, there's the intent." So they've been doing the entrapment, and it's almost like they're having this like jerk off jizz porn thing where they do it out of just like, we're just going to get one of these guys at a time because it's like a personal thing for these people, almost like a Lindsey Graham. Like, I just want to get
Well,
that
dude,
one
they
guy.
put in
But
work.
now they're doing it to like everybody. So it's like, it feels like there's something coming. And I don't want to sound like some cult leader guy who's like, oh, expect the end. No, I'm just, it's weird that it's like, they're not, you said pulling the veil back like the Wizard of Oz almost. It's like, why is it being pulled back now? Because it's desperate, is what it seems.
Dude, you're looking at the government flail right now. And you know what? Someone explained this to me because, so many people can get super black pilled by looking at the government and saying, like, we're fucked, dude. They got it all. They have every single thing that I've ever said near or by my phone or to my phone or to somebody else. They can track traces. They could kill all. Here's the thing, dude. They don't have enough fly swatters to get us all, and we're little tiny gnats. First of all, second of all, like, have you ever had a plan where, like, and you try to make everything go your way? Not a fucking chance is everything go your way.
I got
And
three
government
kids. My
is
life
not
is
some
chaos.
big
You're right. Yeah.
Government's not some big giant monolith. It is, but it's broken up by a bunch of individuals. And a lot of those individuals are a lot fucking dumber than you give them credit for.
We're
Now,
smarter
some
than
of them
them.
are goddamn geniuses. Some of it, this is like old bloodlines, people that think about generational decisions. That they've been fucking making decisions. They have the next 400 years planned. But
Yes.
guess what, dude? They can't fucking account for everything. So I don't think we're fucked. I like to remind people that the government is made up of a bunch of dumb individuals. And
Yeah.
I think, dude, we're gonna be all right. They're going to, and they are desperate. And so when they get desperate, they get sloppy, dude.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, when they get something, that's our advantage, and we'll take that whatever dog whistle, whatever the fuck, if you will, whatever. I'm not saying like a revolution or violence or whatever. I'm saying that's our, like, we're having this weird fucking, whether you're into astrology or whatever, ass astrology or whatever. I don't know, man. Like, whatever you're into butt stuff or whatever. As long as everybody's fucking waking up, and that's what's the funny thing about, like, flock and this weird surveillance state and the techno, like, everything is taking over our life right now, and everybody that used to work like 2 weeks ago were arguing about, this guy, my retard's better than your retard because he's red and you're blue and blah. Now the reds and blues are actually finding a weird way to come together, and it's kind of funny that, like, a lot of people are like, oh, we all don't want to be spied on. It's like, not 25 years ago when, if you ain't got nothing to hide, you got nothing to worry about. No, nobody
And you
wants
know
this
who
shit
else is
now.
actually getting along too? It's the other side of that red and blue. Because you see somebody like what's that he's Frankenstein's monster, the one that was always wears like track suits and
Oh
shorts.
no, yeah, the Fetterman. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I
yeah.
knew when you said that. I know exactly what you were gonna say.
So like Fetterman and then you have somebody that like is saying the sweetest things at Lindsey Graham's funeral.
Oh my
You know what I
god,
mean? It's like this. It's the neocon and the
we
neoliberal
stand.
establishment. Jews. Um,
We stand for
and they are
you.
uniting. And it's funny because they're playing this like faux patriotism,
Yeah,
and they're the ones right now that are like, we need these data centers. We need this AI. Otherwise, China's going to eat our lunch.
that's the argument.
That is the argument. And I want to play, let's play devil's advocate. Let's play
We'll make a new game, Retards Advocate. Let's do
retards
this.
advocate, yarmulke advocate, whatever you want to, the tiny hat advocate. Um
The Shekels
anyways,
Advocate.
yes. So if we are playing, but I mean, honestly, dude, I wish that I could be a nationalist. I wish that the people that were in charge of my country actually gave a fuck about my country.
Hmm.
I wish that like we actually had what they pretend Donald Trump is. I wish he was.
I know, dude. I
I
miss it
wish
because
there
when I
was a
was a
hard
kid,
nationalist that cared about America's interests more than anybody else's. That's what you actually want in a leader. I want a leader that cares about America first and foremost. I mean, honestly, that's why like some people like praise Vladimir Putin, not because I like Russia. And I don't even know how much of it's true, but he has the appearance of actually giving a fuck about Russia.
you know what? Here's a funny thing. Let's pivot to that because you just sparked something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. And like Tucker and other people have, dabbled in it and talked about it. Tucker went over there and shit, and it's like, we've been sold this fucking lie. The left screams about the Nazis and I'm gonna punch a Nazi and whatever. You're like, bro, you don't even know what the fucking Nazi is at this point because then this democratic socialist, all this bullshit. You turn it into the same goddamn thing. And then fucking Jews and fucking Israel, and it's not all the Jews, but it's just saying Israel. You can separate the country from the fucking nation or the whatever. But my point is, look, we've got Russia has been the scapegoat ever since post World War II. When we split the Nazis with them, they actually technically got more Nazis than we did in paperclip, their version of it. And wait a minute. The
Quality over quantity, though. I think we got the good ones.
Yeah, we got the good ones. We got the bonbons and no, but I'm just saying. But no,
Our
with Russia,
Nazis are our Nazis are tremendous.
Russia turned into the next scapegoat. And then after the Russia thing, after the fall of the Berlin Wall, then, whoa, we can't use Russia no more in the USSR and all this shit. Now the brown people, the Middle East, man. And it's like World War One, World War Two, World War Three. Like, okay, are we setting up this fucking prophecy bullshit? Like beast system. We got techno fucking shit people are putting in their arms nowadays. I mean, I'm rambling, but you get my
Yeah,
point.
dude.
Like,
No, I mean it's a thing because how much of it, like, so much is propaganda, and sometimes you can't even believe your own fucking eyes, to be honest.
yeah,
But to be honest, dude, I think about the propaganda that I hear about China and Russia all the fucking time. Um, should they be my enemy? I mean, I wish they didn't have to be, but I mean, economically, China is our biggest foe on the planet.
mm-hmm.
Militarily, they're probably also our biggest foe on the planet. But the way, it's funny because they don't even demonize China. China actually might be our fucking biggest rival and enemy.
It
China, like,
is.
China is kind of softballed all the time. Russia is painted as the big boogeyman, and you kind of wonder why, right? You kind of wonder why am I getting this fucking story that he's absolutely the worst? And the thing is, at the same time, like, our government does the same fucking shit. So I'll listen, like, I
Yeah.
hate listening to Ben Shapiro sometimes. So
Oh
I'll listen to
yeah.
him and he'll fucking say something about China. Dude, I get so goddamn mad. I start screaming. My wife's like, God damn, oh, you're listening to Ben Shapiro again, aren't you? I'm like, yes. So
You're
like
having a
he'll say something about
goygasm.
like about China
Goygasm.
and about something that they fucking did, or he'll say something about like about Israel. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, it doesn't fucking matter. Well, all I'm saying is there's giant propaganda. They never look at something with any kind of nuance. There cannot be like, this is also a person. This is also like they think the way we think. This person can be like, they're just, this is the fucking bad guy. We have to fucking kill them. And you just look at it and you're like, I don't fucking buy it, man. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
average Russian person is just a goddamn person. We don't need to fucking kill each other.
Right.
It's the elites using us as a goddamn chessboard, dude.
I mean,
They want
Rocky
us to go and
Four
die.
kicks
They
ass.
just raised the age that people can go enlist for. I thought I was good, dude. I'm old
Oh,
and
dude, I'm
gray.
fucking cooked now. I know. I got my
Yeah.
grace too. I'm like, oh shit. Fuck you. I already. You remember the movie Airheads, Brendan Fraser and all them, and they break into the radio station, the rock band from the 90s?
Hmm.
Brendan Fraser, Adam Sandler, and Steve Buscemi have a rock band. They break in the radio station. They want to get their tape played on the radio. Anyways, they get a fake contract that gets given to them. They realize the guys didn't even hear the songs. They just want the ransom to be over. So Brendan Fraser wipes his ass with the contract, and you're like, that's where I am at this point. Like, it's like I don't want any of the slop anymore. It's like we need to wake up to, I don't know. Our world is retarded and gay, but it's all propaganda too. Like, there's this weird white pill, black pill. Like, don't be too into the open mindedness. But I don't know, dude. Netanyahu's drawn us into weird shit. Mom Donnie says that he doesn't have jurisdiction, but he'll be arrested if he comes. I don't know, man. I think the world is going crazy. We're pointing the fingers at a lot of people, but our own government's kind of butt fucking at the same time.
Our government is butt fucking us. No spit, dude. It's rough.
We're
Uh,
dying.
yeah, it's one of those things, dude, that like I tell you, like, I am a reluctant anarchist.
Yeah.
I wish that we had some fucking like I said before. I wish there was actually a fucking dude, like an Aristotle type of like philosopher kings that actually gave a fuck that there was an elite that
Hmm.
was worth the fucking the weight of their piss. But there's none of them, dude, and they don't actually fucking care. These people are international fucking psychopaths that all they fucking care about is money and control. And I mean, I really think this is like if you listen to Jay Dyer not that long ago on Tinfoil Hat, he was talking about the Rothschilds and
Hmm.
about their takeover of the Bank of London, and then he didn't really get into that much. But the second part is where they basically bribed their way into the royal family, and
Yes.
and so they just basically fucked everybody across Europe because they owned all the money. Oh, you want a loan? Okay, well I'm going to be fucking your niece.
That's our little trifecta is that,
Yeah.
you
We're going to
know,
work our way into every single bloodline across Europe. And the
yep.
last ones that didn't have any of that, well, I don't know if they did or didn't, but I know that there was issues, was the Tsar of Russia, dude. And that's when they really started attacking Russia.
That's late 1800s, correct? Like that's
Mhm.
early 1900s, late 1800s. That's
The
when,
Romanovs, the
yes,
last like pure
exactly.
bloodlines in Europe.
Yes. And then that's the funny thing is like they're just taking out bloodlines and things and they're putting in it's hard not to make these a black pill conversation, but it's obvious things that we're pointing out when you look back in history and you realize like, oh, wait a minute, they want this thing where somebody posted something earlier today and it's on kind of a racist page, but the point was great because it was saying the reason why they're redoing all this history and movies and making this person black and multicultural and all this DEI and bullshit is to make you forget where your ancestors actually came from, like the proudness that they actually had. So they're trying to make the history look like it was something different than what it really is. And then like Russians, back to them, they actually seem like proud people, and that's why they get stomped on because
That's
you're
why
like,
they do
oh,
get some on. They're the
you're the
last white
new
people.
Nazis, and you're like, no, they're just the last proud people that haven't let their shit get overrun yet.
100%, dude. And honestly, Russia is just like a back ass word, as far as I know. Look, this is also the propaganda, but like they're basically like a fucking gas station with nukes. Like
Yeah,
if you do like look at Russia, like the depression rates are fucking insane. The alcoholic rates are fucking through the roof.
there's desolate
Like
parts. It's huge. Yeah,
depression, suicide, them not going to church. Dude, a wild one actually, I think is like how many people have AIDS there. Like the AIDS rate
no
is not great.
way.
Yeah, I think if you look that up, it's not great. I think it's higher
Okay.
than the rest of Europe. But anyways, I digress. But yes, dude. I mean, a lot of this is so like I don't know if we touched on this the last time we talked, but if you're familiar with the Kalergi plan,
Yeah.
and he was a Japanese German, like I mean, I guess he was like Prussian, so like it'd be German now. You know what I mean? So he was an aristocrat, and he was born into the elite bloodlines. His father was a count or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Or a baron, one or the other. I can't
Yeah.
remember. Baron
Born into
von
those.
Kugenheim or something like that.
It's
Yeah.
Germanese. Yeah.
So, um, in his idea, so his mother was Japanese, and then he was like the poster child. His father was brilliant, but his father was also a cunt. Where there are these weird internationalists that wanted more of a unified Europe instead of any type of national thought or
Yeah.
identity, right? So I mean, and part of that too, like people don't even think about this. Like Germany wasn't a united country until like the 1800s. Germany was like, I'm from goddamn Bavaria.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean? I'm from
yeah.
this fucking part. I'm this. Um,
That's German or what Germania or whatever. Like, I mean, because Germany is not that old of a country in like relative terms. What
it's
people
not.
realize. I mean, it's like
Neither is
it's
Italy, dude. Italy
150,
was not
200
united.
tops.
It
Yeah,
was not.
yeah.
I'm Sicilian. I'm from this fucking part of Italy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, that's more to the unification. But so I mean, this piece of shit, Kalergi, had and he writes it out, dude. You can read it in his books. He married a international, she was a Jewish actress, an American Jewish actress, and they sat there and he wrote, he's like, we want to destroy any idea of any national identity. We want to bring in every single person that we can into Europe and smash it. And basically, in a nutshell, he was like, look, if we bring in enough people and destabilize, he said, destabilize the native
Like
like people of
population.
a
Yeah.
country,
Yeah.
yeah, then what we do is we cause friction and chaos, and we cause them to
Order out of
like
chaos.
order out of chaos, but also this will increase people using like welfare programs and dependence on the
Uh-huh.
state.
Yes,
And this is
dependence.
going to like it, dude. They just went down a laundry list of things that this would cause.
Because the more problems, the more we need of a police state crackdown because of the
Mhm.
violence. Do you not see it? Yeah,
And a
exactly.
funny thing that he called that would probably be considered racist at this point, he said that he wanted to see Europe turn into a class of Eurasian Negroids. So
Oh,
he wanted everybody to be fucked into like one gray gross color.
well, hey, some people like Margaret Sanger, they got their quotes that haunt them too. But
The
no, it's
Eurasian
funny.
Negroid.
It is funny that like this idea that a lot of people have said it before. I've said it too, but with Europe, Canada, and Australia, and let's just say the past 10 years minimum, if you want to see what's basically trying to come to America next, look there first because they're kind of using that as like the beta testing grounds, basically, right? And then if it takes off there, they're going to give another 5-10 years before they start beta testing it here. But
Well,
if they
part of the
know it
beta testing
works,
they do too is like, especially in the United States, they'll start it in Canada.
yeah,
They always start it in
it's too
Canada.
closer. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
And then they'll go, you know
eh?
what? How about California and New York?
Yeah, those
Then
faggots will fall for
Washington
it.
and Oregon. And then it spreads out from there. Yeah, it's always
Bingo.
Canada, then the coastal elites like this, and then they move in. And
Hmm.
like one that they just tried to pass here in Oregon, there was a bill that they had gotten enough signatures, I guess, to try to get it on the ballot. But I guess when they like reviewed the signatures, like I think they were fake. Something
Oh
happened where they were
no,
like,
no
huh.
way.
Yeah, it's weird how that works out. So it didn't go to, but like what they were trying to do is this was like PETA's like wet dream,
Uh-huh.
where it would stop any type of homesteading with animal. So any animal husbandry, you couldn't. I don't even know if you could own a dog. Like it wouldn't
What?
let you. Like it was so fucking wild. So there'd be zero hunting, zero fishing. There would be zero pest control. So you
Whoa.
could get in trouble for killing an ant. If
Bro.
this fucking went through, it was wild, dude. And so like I like you'd have to ship in all your meat. So it'd be so like these radical leftists claim they care about the environment and the local people and workers. But what would that do? That would make us buy from giant CAFOs from a
Yeah.
different place. So it's going to ship the shit in, and cost more energy, gas, and
And
anyways, and
whatever
destroy the
preservatives and
local
bullshit.
economy.
Yeah, whatever other hormones and preservative bullshit's pumped into it too to make it last longer for the trip, the shelf life. Yeah.
They just want you afraid, dude. And they really want you afraid of food, dude. I don't know if you've been noticing this, but like every fucking day, there's another recall. Recalling eggs, recalling cheese, recalling
Yep.
this, recalling that. Hey, be careful about the lettuce and your diarrhea, I guess, and parasites or whatever. But it's fucking ridiculous, dude. And I was just reading an article today. I can't fucking remember who it was from, but they were like, do you know that organic free range eggs are twice as bad for the environment
Yeah.
as CAFO eggs? I was like, how about you go fuck yourself?
You know what's funnier, dude? Okay, you've got a point on that. Now that you're saying it, I'm kind of thinking it like, yeah, I've seen like an uptick on a lot of those kind of posts. But then also, it is funny that there's also people that'll say like, hey, well, put this red circle around who wrote the article. And then we look up who this article writer is.
Feinstein
And
Goldberg.
then, yes, those tribes every time. I just shaved earlier, so I don't have my curly cues on my sides.
I
But
can
yeah,
when I need them. Go.
it is ironic whenever it's also the same. It's like it's not always the tiny hats and the J people, but when you see like, oh, Sydney Sweeney is not as attractive as she is said to be, and then you go to the writer of the article, and it's like a fucking 300 pound like Lena
It looks
Dunham
like
or something.
goddamn Gollum.
Yeah, and you're like,
Yeah.
of course you're gonna write that, you fucking cunt. Like, this is what we call
Look how
anger.
gross her big boobs are.
I know. And then everybody else is like, hey, man, thanks for pointing that out. Her boobs are pretty awesome. But I'm just saying, like, it's the fucking haters, the Ben Shapiro that's like, you shouldn't see this movie because, and you're like, dude, that's like a parental advisory sticker. Now I want to see it. Like, when you said no, I'm kind of like, back to 13-year-old me again. I'm like, no, I got to do it.
So I've heard great, I think this is way off topic, but I've heard great things about the Odyssey actually.
I've
And
actually heard, yeah.
is Ellen Page really Achilles?
No. Okay, so
Okay.
that's actually this weird, funny thing. I haven't seen it, but what I've heard so far is that okay, like Johnny from Tinfoil Hat and shit, he went and saw it. And his idea is that who is it? Not Cameron. Who's
Christopher Nolan.
Nolan. Okay, he's like, what if Nolan baited us with all of this woke bullshit? Because when you see the scene of the black girl, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name, and John Bernthal is showing, he's like saying like, oh, the face that
Lupita Nyong'o or something
right,
like
right.
that.
But the face that launched 1,000 ships, and he shows this
Yeah.
giant scar on her face, and he goes like sarcastically, like maybe 500. You know, and then there's also Elliot Pages in there for like literally 2 minutes,
I
and then
think
gets
Lupita
gets
Nyong'o is
thrown
actually
like.
pretty hot for a black lady. I don't
No,
think
no,
she's that
I
hateful.
know, but it's also just like, did he do this on purpose just to piss everybody off to get him talking about the movie? Because everybody else is like, dude, the movie's pretty fucking awesome, and the things we were supposed to hate are in there for like five
Well, then
minutes,
it
five
unifies,
minutes
right?
total in a three
Yeah.
hour movie, you know? So it's, yeah, unifies. It does.
That is funny. Yeah,
Haters
it's not
hate
a bad
watch it
idea.
and then they love it. Yeah.
I feel bad for Ellen
No, I
Page,
don't.
dude.
Oh,
She does not look happy. She does not look good. She looks like a skinny, sad little boy with the darkest circles under her eyes.
4 foot tall.
Uh-huh. It's a
I can box. You're like, yeah,
yeah,
but
I haven't
dude,
seen that video, but like my friends were did a little fucking show about it. I think it was pretty funny.
we need to start tagging Jake Shields on X and shit. Be like Jake Shields versus Elliot Page. Let's see who's got. That
Dude,
would actually be funny.
I'd love to box Ellen Page or Elliot Page.
Yeah.
She might kick my ass. That might be kind of fun. I fucking spar with her.
Let's call her Juno the whole time. Piss
Yeah.
her off. I'm sorry, ma'am. Oh, this is the opposite. It's ma'am. No, it's not ma'am. It's Mister. Mr. Page. Jimmy
So
Page? Nah, anyways, but yeah, dude, it's like our whole fucking world's inverted right now. We got boomers. And, you know, this is not a side tangent, but it all relates to it because a lot of this shit we've been talking about lately is boomers too. And I've been ranting about boomers. My dad's a boomer. A lot of his friends are still in this, like, I ran for 50 years and this and that. You're like, okay, whatever. Like, our Lindsey Graham, warmongers, everything, Elliot Page, a lot of our boomers allowed this shit. They fucking manipulated the stock market, the ones in political positions. They bitched about it. You know, we're just pulling the veil back of everything at this point. We're realizing, like, dude, everybody's been lied to
the
for
jig's up
decades.
at this
The
point, dude. The
jig is fucking
boomers,
up. Yes.
yeah. At this point, dude, so like we had a giant fucking I mean, well, they call it the Great Recession, right, in the 1930s, right? Like, and so then what happens is they claim that the World War II fixed everything and jump started the economy. And it kind of did, I guess, because we like basically stole the entire world's gold
Yeah.
after to that point and got
Woodrow
everybody to
Wilson.
pretend the dollar was worth something when it wasn't. And so like okay, so then like so during the 1940s and 50s, like the dollar was worth something, dude. So like you have the boomers and the greatest generation, like they got to use the dollar when it had this inflated fucking value, dude. So they got the sweet times, dude. They had the honeymoon phase. And
They didn't
now we're
recognize it.
like yeah, I mean, and so now at this point, it's like the dollar is worth almost nothing, dude. I mean, it would be worth nothing except the rest of the world is actually doing worse than us. So I guess we still are king. Woohoo! Like but
Yeah.
it's like being king of the dipshits. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like
President Camacho.
yeah, I mean, essentially, dude. So I mean, like we're gonna be the ones that go down last. Yay!
We're
And
still on the Titanic, but we're the guy at
yeah,
the top, the last
but we're
tipping
on the
top
top,
of it.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep that fiddle going, dude. Good
Fuck yeah.
times.
It is funny that, like, I mean, like I said, it's hard in this world not to get black pilled. But then you go like look at the smile on your kids' faces and everything else, and you realize that like these bigger problems. I mean, there are local problems, and so it does feel like I said, like data centers and shit. People protesting, people having town hall meetings, and their voices not being heard. They're still being built anyways. And it's like when they always say like, oh, politics are made on a local level versus a national level because then it spreads. But even on a local level now, people are starting to feel this like, dude, they don't care about us. I mean, quote Michael Jackson, but it's just that double edged sword of like, we love our kids and we want to remember that the world is, but we don't want to fall into the same trap as the boomers that let it slip through their goddamn fingers. While, like you said, the dollar was at its
To
peak.
be honest, dude, voting has never mattered.
No.
I don't think the boomers had the control that we like think they had. What I really think it was is you look at the Fabian socialist dude and that Fabian creep, they were just 100 steps back. So the baby steps were just softer then. At this
Tortoise
point,
in the
they
hair.
almost have the
Yeah.
boot on our neck.
Yep.
And so we can just see it, dude. And so like the boomers had this like yes, should they have been fighting back harder? I do agree with you. But I mean, at this point, dude, I don't know that voting is the answer. I'm not going to be the guy that ever says violence is the answer, because that's just not me, dude. I'm not advocating for people to go and
Mm-hmm.
fucking take out like, and that's where I separate myself from some of these people
Yeah.
because there are the type of folks that like, and I get it. Like I've had these arguments and I've talked to some of the like the big people and some of like the real anarchist circles that'll be like, look, if we really take the non-aggression principle seriously, that they have already aggressed against us. They've already taken that step. So anything that we do is now justified. So
Yeah.
if that means I fucking drink, whatever they're trying to do, they feel justified in their actions. To me, I don't know if it's just because I consider myself a Christian. I don't think that like just some average fucking pud that like grew up in my neighborhood that like and I live in a podunk little Oregonian town.
Yeah.
There's some kid that like he went to police school and now has a badge on him. Like I don't hold him accountable for the like treachery that is happening in the world. You know what I mean? I
Exactly.
don't hold him accountable for like. So, anyways, that being said, I think the only thing that you can do, and I love to see it, is some of these people quietly. I mean, here's the thing: I don't believe in public property, meaning you've been fucking robbing me and
Mm-hmm.
using it to fucking build SWAT teams. And like my little podunk town has like 2 tanks. There's 8,000 people here. What the fuck do you need a tank for, you fucking piece of
Right.
shit? Go fuck
Right.
yourself. So I mean, if somebody, and I'm not advocating for this, they quietly take the copper that they want and need and the aluminum or whatever they want out of those SWAT
Yeah.
cameras, a little bit of
Little
vandalism goes a long way,
resistance.
as
Yes.
long as it's public property and not private property. I still advocate for a lot of that. But and also, I mean, the agorists, if you and that's why some people call agorism it left libertarianism. And I'll give them that OCK3 wrote a book called The New Left Libertarian Manifesto or whatever. They called it left libertarianism. But because they had a class structure, a class
Yeah.
theory
A distinguishing of
distinguishing, but
yes.
and so people call that leftism. But dude, if you look at the classes, he made it pretty cut and dry. He goes, there's the government and their cronies that receive like contracts and have this, that, and the
Yeah,
other that are using violence, and then there's everybody else. So it's a real
right.
simple class structure. It's not like this, like the bourgeoisie and the fucking this and that and the other. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
communist class system, but I think it's pretty apparent. So what I'm saying is like Microsoft might as well say, IRS on it. Like,
Yes. All of these things, man, they're all government cutouts at this point. And that's what everybody's realizing is like our entire like this I don't know, like for the past 30 years, I'm coming up on 40 in the next couple of years, but I'm saying like basically since I don't know, 10 years old, 8 years old of my life since then has been this like friends and shit like that, like the show and everybody pushing like, oh, emails and this and that and Tom Hanks, you got mail and blah blah blah. It's like they're pushing this like internet world and everything. And we're realizing that now that it felt like openness to where like some will argue like Triple E and stuff that like the internet got away with them, which I do agree with because the internet got you and me to be able to fucking talk shit and say what we're saying. But at
yeah,
the
it got
same
us to
time,
incriminate ourselves.
yes,
Uh,
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. But at the same time, it got us to fucking hang ourselves in the process.
yeah,
But
they handed us a rope and we're like, hey, what if we put this around our neck?
yeah, exactly. But it's weird that like I said, we're close in age, so it's fucking weird that we've like walked right into this trap. And we were just talking about boomers a second ago,
Ooh, a
but
piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
the boomers are the ones
Yeah.
that, in a weird way of like sympathy, like maybe it was good they did it. I mean, maybe they got scammed once they finally figured out how to use their email, but or whatever, but at the same time, they're the ones that held out like the resistance kind of thing, and then we're the ones that are like, well, we grew up with Sega Genesis and now we're growing up with fucking online video games. Like we transitioned with it. They didn't, so they like were more resistant, but now we're in the mode of like, oh fuck, what did we open? Pandora's box.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I mean, you more and more you fucking find out that Ted Kaczynski was right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The more and more you read some of the things he wrote, it sounded wild then, and then you start reading it about 5 years ago, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Holy shit, dude.
I got two of his books. They're actually both in my car currently. And you
I mean, I
reread
think
it.
if Ted Kaczynski was it had he not um had he not gone to prison, if he had not like bombed and killed people, I think he would be considered like a godfather of like anarcho
Like
primitivism.
almost like a Ron Paul, dude. I mean, like that's what I've said. The last time I had Thomas on, your fucking co-host, Paranoid American, we talked about Ted Kaczynski, and it was like, okay, he was kind of a little bit of a simp, but then also like when it came to like he was right about everything until he mailed the bombs. It's like what I always argue about like OJ Simpson. It's like OJ Simpson was a badass football player until he killed that white bitch. It's like there was this one little thing that kind of changed everything after that. So Ted Kaczynski, if you never would have mailed the bombs, his writings and his work, like we would have looked at decades later, and like kind of like, fuck, we missed an opportunity with Ron Paul. We missed an opportunity to listen to what this guy was saying of Ted Kaczynski. Like, damn it.
And although I don't advocate for voting at all, I think we are looking at something with Thomas Massey right now. Thomas
Yes.
Massey really is he really showed his true colors in this last 5 years. Like I've always been a Massey fan. I used to be a fucking Rand Paul stan about a decade ago. Jesus Christ.
I was with you on that, and he flopped big
Is he
time.
still maybe the best senator? Probably, but like
He's got a
that's
chance
like
because he's
the
grilling
shiniest
Fauci.
turd in the punch
Yeah,
bowl.
he gets his chance right now currently because he's grilling Fauci along with others. But yeah, it's like this is what we kind of liked Rand for, but you're like, it's a little late, dude. You flopped on so much shit.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Rand Paul.
Yeah,
But anyways, I not that I don't know.
but
There's
back to
nothing to that.
Massey.
Thomas
Bring up Massey.
Massey is a bad motherfucker, and
He is.
he also I think his wife was killed
Take.
by the Little Hats.
I wouldn't doubt that. Yeah.
Wouldn't doubt it at all. She got that turbo cancer real quick.
Yes, sir. Love of his life, high school sweetheart, you know. And that's also the interesting thing is he was like promoting, like, dude, let's get into that, okay? Because fuck Lindsey Graham right now and all this whatever bullshit of like we're supposed to feel sympathetic and whatever. Dude, fuck you, dude. You're responsible for signing bills of killing innocent people. Fuck you. Okay.
I
Me and
mean, that's
Scott
where I'm at, dude.
I
I
had
got
Scott
a
on 2 weeks
fucking
ago, Scott Horton, and I was like, dude, is there a boundary of like, are we not supposed to? Because it was literally days after Lindsey Graham died, and I had Scott Horton on. I
the
was like,
day of. I was making
woo.
fucking jokes. Fuck
Yeah, I did
him.
too. But I was also like, do we
I
not
didn't wait
have
for him to get cold. That
I was
fucking
like,
piece
we
of
got
shit.
good timing to talk about a controversial subject right now, but it's like a person. Are we supposed to feel sympathetic for these dickheads or whatever? And then you got Mitch McConnell, who's fucking weekend at Bernie's right now, and then we're seeing these AI doctored photos and shit, and it's like there's a conspiracy that Massey they're doing this Mitch McConnell shit because Massey has an opportunity to take his position, which would be like a step up from where he is currently that he just got outed on, which would be the double Hulk Hogan. I mean, not Hulk Hogan, but Stone Cold Steve Austin middle finger. But I'm ranting. But yeah, dude, there's a giant conspiracy against Massey right now that's going on, and it's obvious.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I mean, unless all this really is theater, and that's kind of what I always go back to. I try not to be that schizo that emails me and tells me that he's the Archangel Michael and stuff
Yeah,
like that. I try not to think that everything is a goddamn conspiracy, but dude, in politics, it's really hard not to. So is he playing that fucking part and playing it well? Yeah. Because I mean, but who the fuck knows, dude? I want to like Thomas Massey. I
yeah.
really do. I want to believe Thomas Massey is an actual human being and that he actually cares about this country. I still won't vote for the guy.
I
Uh,
ain't voting for shit anymore. Yeah,
won't vote for anybody. I voted once in my life. It was for Libertarian. It was for what's his name? Johnson, whatever the fuck his first name was.
Gary Johnson,
Gary Johnson and Bill
Gary
Weld.
Johnson, Gary Dick.
And yeah, once in my life I made that mistake and never will again.
Yeah. Man, I wanted to vote for Joe Jorgensen. And I
Fuck
mean,
that gross
I know.
bitch.
Yeah. The more that it came
Do you
up, I was
see her?
like,
Did she plays hockey and drinks whiskey,
I
guys?
know, right? Well, I like Spike. And then Spike converted to Christianity. He used to be a Jew. And because he was, shooting bazookas and he called himself the bazooka Jew and shit. And then he converted to Christianity. And like Spike was always badass, anyways. So it was one of those where I'm like, I know it's not going to happen, but I kind of like Spike more than Joe. But Joe's kind of milk toast. But then as the 2020 shit happened, she just folded, and you're like, never mind, you're a dumb cunt.
She always was a dumb cunt, dude. And I understand why people liked her, but like, dude, she just sucked.
I liked her
She
because
was a
of Spike.
university professor. She was a left woke retard.
Yeah.
Like her entire fucking campaign staff were all like weird queer, like leftist, like basically like
Ugh.
they were progressive libertarian. So they were like they should have just, dude, just go vote for the Green Party. What are you
Yeah.
doing here? Like I think the only reason why they're there is because they want to destroy the Libertarian Party. That is
Infiltrate.
legitimately is
Yeah.
my only guess. At this point,
And then they
I've
ran the
seen them.
game.
I know who they are. They call themselves the Fakertarians. It's this
Yeah.
group, and they're all, dude. I'm still in some of their groups, so I can see their dumb posts occasionally. And like I don't see a difference between them and who's that fucking dildo? Cenk Uyghur's nephew. What's his name? You know the
Oh, yeah, I know. I don't know his name.
Saddam
Yeah.
Hassar or something.
Oh, Hassan Piker.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Like
fucking
they're
retard.
basically that guy. Like, what the hell does this have to do with liberty or freedom, dude?
Yeah. Because they
Anyways,
just want to burn it all down. That's what
they just want to
it
burn it all
seems.
down, dude.
Yeah, they want to burn it all down. Dude, I
Left
mean,
libertarianism is just, I mean, again, maybe we can talk about this for a minute because like the Libertarian Party or movement, because fuck the Libertarian Party, you're never going to get anywhere through politics.
their biggest
But
problem is
if
them.
the
Yeah.
Libertarian movement per se, like what it needed was it needed a separation between libertarianism and libertinism. And they
Yeah.
needed to embrace the idea of hierarchy because you can't necessarily be like like the compass, right? Where there's like authoritarian right, then authoritarian
Yeah, yeah.
left, libertarian right. And so the bottom right is us. We are the libertarian right. But the idea of like authority is God given. There is authority. There is hierarchy. There are people better than others. There are people that are smarter than
There
others.
are
There
leaders.
is leadership,
There
and that
are
yes,
quarterbacks. There's a
and
fucking
there's
tight end and there's a
exactly
quarterback.
wide
Exactly.
receivers. Maybe you're
Yes.
just a lineman, dude. You're
Yeah.
there to block them so
You're
that
the
they can make the
center.
play.
You're the guy that hikes the fucking ball. Exactly. Everybody has their
100%,
place.
dude. And so to me, the idea of libertarianism, you if you don't have structure, you don't have shit.
Yeah.
You need structure. Now, it doesn't have to be, and it does need to be like top over the bottom. Like I that's the way I would want to live. Have a hierarchical
Yes.
rule.
But
And but
proven,
not
yes,
but in a voluntary way.
by
So
proven
what do I mean by
ability.
that? It's like it's the same. It's the idea of just like this is like a community. Like this
Yeah.
is what me and my wife are doing. We're looking at fucking major acreage. We're looking at big lot property lots right
We're
now,
signing some
and we're
shit in
looking
about
for
a
good
week, dude, for
Christian.
22 acres. Fucking A, dude. Yes, let's go.
Like we're looking for like-minded Christian weirdos that want to buy land and want to do whatever the fuck we want on our property.
I
So
love
what
it.
we're looking at is like we're looking at 100 acres and splitting it four ways. I got 25, you got 25, they got 25, they got 25. And we're in the process of doing this right now. So if people hit me up, not if you think you're the Archangel Michael, but if you're somebody like in the state of Oregon, in the northwest state of Oregon, that wants to fucking like we have property in mind. We're looking for a couple other people to come and join us. That's what we're kind of trying to do. But like what I mean by that is like we have communities where we have
Community.
uh like set ideas and rules. So I don't even care if there doesn't need to be a leader in a community like that, but we need to have like a constitution where
And
we go like
boundaries.
boundaries. Exactly. Where we go like this is something like because I don't even fucking care if you're Mormon. That's fine. But keep your Mormon shit on your 25.
Yes. Do
But
your
the rest
thing.
of us, we can all help each other fucking shear the sheep and fucking mow the hay and do the thing. And then we can even be like, God bless you. We can even pray for each other. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about the angel Moroni. You probably don't want to hear about me thinking Jesus Christ is the only way, truth. And I don't think that you can have a planet. So I'm not
Mhm.
going to tell your kid that he's not going to get a planet, because maybe he is going to get a planet. I don't know. Maybe the Mormons are right. That'd be dope.
Tom Cruise, do not message Nate. No, I'm kidding.
But like I mean basically in our little community what I want is like do you think Jesus Christ is your Lord and personal savior? Is Christ first in your life? Yes? Okay, you're cool. Come in.
Yeah.
I don't need to agree with your flavor. You can be a Calvinist. God, I don't like Calvinists.
right.
But it's fine. You could be a Calvinist. You could be a Seventh Day. Mormon is really pushing it for me, but I've met some sweet, cool Mormons, so we'd let a Mormon in probably.
Yeah.
Um,
One or two, not a majority.
But look, this is the only way freedom exists in this country, this day and age. You have to make anarchy in your lifetime because I become disillusioned. I'm a post-anarchist at this point, dude. I bought hook, line, and sinker and the whole fucking idea. I've read every goddamn anarchist fucking manifesto you can think of. I was a panarchist. I was like reaching out to the fucking queer lesbian alliance, like fucking, and I was like, hey, we all hate the state, right? And trying to
I
it's
just had
not going to
Charlie
work.
Robinson on a week before Scott Horton. So yeah, we went from full anarchist to full fucking libertarianism.
I tried, dude. I fucking tried. I met them on like I was talking to like mutualists. I was talking to I was trying to talk to anarcho-communists. I was like, like as long as everything's voluntary, right, guys? They're like,
Yeah.
we're you want to own property? We're gonna slit your fucking throat. Like,
Right.
what?
That's not what we agreed on, man.
Yeah. But anyways,
Dude,
what
but
I'm saying is
land.
like if you want liberty in this lifetime, you're gonna have to embrace structure You're gonna have to embrace. I mean, I get, dude, you're gonna have to embrace hierarchy, and you're gonna have to embrace like truth,
Well,
and
even in a
also you're
failed
gonna have to
state.
put politics aside,
Yes.
and you're gonna have to work with your neighbor that you might disagree with a little bit, but like, what do you guys have in common?
Yes.
You know, are
80-20
you?
rule, dude. What's the 80% you agree on?
Yeah.
Don't make
That's
your
the only
neighbor
way
your
we're going to see
enemy.
anarchy in our lifetime, dude. And I know people that are doing it right now. They're fucking selling raw milk to
Eh,
as pet food,
yeah,
as
dude.
pet supplements, because out here in Oregon you can't sell raw milk unless it's for pet use.
Like Owen
Uh,
Benjamin and shit. Exactly, dude. We're almost terrorists to the state if you do this kind of thing, even though you're like getting back to the source or
Even
whatever
though
thing
I'm
you're
a
into, whatever your
loving
religion
my
is to.
brother
Yes,
and
love
loving
thy
my brothers
brother.
myself, I'm a peaceful fucking anarchist. Maybe I
100%.
have my own strong, stupid opinions about dumb shit. But guess what, dude? In real life, I love people. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. I mean, if you're my brother in Christ, then you're my fucking brother.
Yeah. Don't hurt kids and don't hurt fucking people. And we're pretty cool, dude. It's like you might, pray to Hare Krishna or whatever bullshit. I don't know. I
Dude,
mean, whatever
speaking
shit
of,
you're into.
there's like a Vedic retreat out here, and they're some of the sweet, like they're still stinky and weird, but they're some of the sweetest people I ever met, and they have like I think it's 150 acres out here, like
Yeah.
in some of the most like pristine, beautiful fucking old growth forests, and they leave it open to the public. They like maintain all these shrines that you can go and pray at.
That's cool.
They have the Buddhist ones. They have the dot head whatever the fuck
Yeah.
ones. They have like shrines for Jesus Christ where you can go, and they have shrines for like all the different religions and everything. And they keep these well maintained trails so you can go out and peacefully pray and do this stuff. And they're really sweet, kind, cool people. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you're not like raping and shitting on the beach, like they are in Canada,
Exactly.
then I
Don't be shanking motherfuckers. And, it's like we live in this, like, we're in this technology state. And, guys, I'm bringing this to the close and everything. And Nate, dude, you're always welcome. You're always welcome on the show. You're one of my favorites to talk to every time. But it's like, as we bring this to the close, it's like we're told that yes, there is this technocratic state closing in on us currently, and it's very abrasive. Like they're doing it at a pretty quick state. But at the same time, like if you realize guys like Owen Benjamin and people like that, they're like, oh, I got kicked out of the cool kids club and I bought land and I checked out of this fake reality you're telling me is there. Like, yes, it is there, but I'm not making it my religion or my life or my whatever anymore. Once you do that, you realize like, hey, some of this shit's kind of non-existent if you can get far enough away from it. So it's like the old horror movies where they tell you like, oh, as soon as you get out of the fucking woods, Jason's not going to get you, and you get back to the big city and you're safe. And then Jason comes to Manhattan and you're still fucked. But my point is look, they tell you to stay out of the woods and all this bullshit. No, we need a homestead. We need to learn how to fucking get back to the land. What is real? This world we live in is pretty fucking gay and fake, and it's kind of
yeah,
obvious at this
dude.
point.
And I wanna give like some cautious when I talk about this stuff, dude, because like there's a lot of people that think that they're preppers at this point, and we all try. Like I've got
Yeah,
my stuff kind of in order, but like it's going to be a lot harder than you think.
bingo, dude. Yes, exactly.
And when you're out there and you're trying to like rely on food that you are growing exclusively, good fucking luck. We're in a place, dude, where we have been kind of just like
Babied.
paternalized,
Yes.
and like we're kind of helpless retards at this point. And so like we're like, I can go be a real man. I'm a real boy. And you
Yeah.
just go and try to do this stuff. So my biggest encouragement, dude, is like, yes, prep, yes, get your shit together. Know that where a source like clean sources of water are and how to purify and filter, because there's a difference, and sometimes you got to do both. But what I'm
Yep.
telling you is like you need to have a community, because
Yes.
you can't do it all yourself, dude. I know that we're all lone wolves and we're the liberty, dude. That's the biggest thing about the libertarians, dude, is that
Dude, the
like
lone wolf
we're
is the
so
first to
autistic and
die.
fucking
Yes.
independent and just, I'm sorry, dude. And I know the whole idea of just what's the fucking word they use? and they use it like the most cancerous thing in the world. It's like being, but it's like being communal, and they're like that's collectivist. That's
Oh
like calling
yeah.
you the N word or something. You know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, you kind of need that a little bit. Find what you have in common with them and kind of collectivize, kind of work together. You can still do it in a voluntarious way. We can do it in a
Right.
voluntarious way. But dude, if you think you're going to do it by yourself, some people can. Most of you can't.
Right.
So find your collective, find your tribe, dude. There's a bunch of fucking weirdos, some cool fucking sweet people. Dude, my best tribes that I've ever met are like people that are like-minded that I meet at church.
Yep. Build your local igloo, build your local tribe, all the above,
And
you
and
know.
start working now. Baby steps are still steps, dude.
Guns are cool,
Today,
man, you
when
know, but
whoever's
guns
listening
ain't
to this,
everything.
this is your kick in the pants. Quit being a bitch. Go do something. Start with a little bug out bag.
Yeah,
Do you need fucking ham radios? Do you like do something? Quit being a
exactly.
bitch. You know that you've wanted to do this and you're procrastinating. You've been putting it off. Go do it today.
Start prepping because we
Yeah.
don't know what's next, but we know that this weird accelerationist world is whatever's next is coming pretty damn fast. Nate, I love you, brother, man. I love talking to you every time because it just does, we don't even know what the hell we're going to get into, but it's always a fun conversation. It's just two dudes talking on a phone call, basically. But remind everybody where they can find you if they want to check out previous episodes and stuff. And
Yeah, previous episodes. I do have episodes that we supposedly are going to be putting out. I don't know, it's sometime soon. I always do guest spots, and I should probably put them on on our feed or whatever. So hit me up if you want me to fucking talk and rant with you guys. But if you guys want to find us, we're Reality Czars and our email is realityczars@gmail.com. And always, please support my co-host, the great and powerful Thomas. I think I have some of his merch right here.
he's coming
This is
on
the
in a couple
Illuminati Yacht
weeks.
Club right here. Yeah, Paranoid American. Go to paranoidamerican.com and go get some fucking awesome shit.
He's the
This crazy
best.
Illuminati bullshit.
The best Freemason this side of the
The best
Mississippi.
Freemason in the world, dude. Yeah.
Actually, he's on the east side of the Mississippi. Whatever. Fuck it. You get the drift.
He's my CIA handler, I'm certain, but I still love him anyways.
He's the best, dude. He's coming on. We're going to do a 25th anniversary of 9/11 breakdown. So he's
Hell
like,
yeah,
that's
bro.
that's my tickle spot. I was like, all right, Lindsey Graham, calm down. Nate, you're the best, brother. I love both of you guys, you and fucking Paranoid American. So, guys, Stitt-Heads, Nate's the best. Go check him out. He ain't been doing it as much, but life is busy and he's still
We've
out
got some good
there.
episodes,
That's what
dude.
I'm
Like
saying.
the
He's still
last
out
few
there.
that we
Go.
had were some fucking bangers. And I swear to God, one of these days we're gonna get back into it. I just have to fuck. I'm burnt out, dude. I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't fucking care.
Well, that's kind of
But
how I
I,
am. It's like I book people, but it's also kind of
yeah,
like I don't do a whole lot of research on shit as much as I probably should anymore. But I'm also like, dude, let's just laugh about everything. Fuck it.
it's
Like,
fun, dude. But like, I've been trying to do this stuff in IRL. I've been trying to do this shit in real life. The wife and I are legitimately looking at fucking big property. We're gonna
I
go
love it.
homesteading. We're trying to pump out some more babies. And we're just trying to fucking live life and like I maybe I'll update you guys. I don't know. Go follow us if you want. If you don't, I don't fucking care either. But anyways, Derek, thank you for having me on, brother. I appreciate it. It is always a great conversation. I love talking with you, and I will always make my schedule open to you, buddy.
Awesome, dude. You're one of the best, man. One of these days we're gonna meet up halfway or all the way or whatever and shoot some guns, grill some food, and smoke some weed and have some fun, brother. Stitt-Heads, I'll see you guys next time. Check out Nate. Go look at the old Reality Stars episodes, and fucking he's awesome, man. And I've had him on many times. So see you guys next time. Peace out, bitches. Bye 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 bye.